Hey friends, Pastor Matt here. I just wanted to give you an introductory video to our Alpha and Omega program that we're going through over the next 2 years. So if you are planning to enter into this and do all of the reading for 2 years, that is awesome. If you are kind of saying, I'm not sure, I want to feel it out, I want to get some more information, that is great as well. I just wanted to kind of give you a quick overview, some tips and tricks, and then just some words of encouragement to help you through this process. There is no doubt that reading through the Bible is daunting for a few reasons. One, it is a big book. It covers a huge chunk of time, different genres. So it can be hard to make time for the Bible every single day. But also it can feel overwhelming because we come to the Bible and we have so many questions. There's so many things we don't understand, especially as you get into some of those early books in the Old Testament. There's going to be a lot of stuff where you're kind of scratching your head trying to make sense of it. And I just want to encourage you in a few ways. The first is that is all perfectly okay. Friends, we are on a journey with God, right? We need to hold to what is true, and we need to understand to the best of our abilities what is in the Bible. But the Bible takes multiple passes, right? It takes ongoing conversation with people for us to fully grasp everything that's in there. So especially if this is your first time reading the Bible cover to cover, give yourself a ton of grace. Be able to kind of move quickly, get the overarching ideas, and tell yourself, hey, I can always come back to that. I can study that more later. Maybe in a year or two, I'll read the Bible again and I can go a little bit slower. So give yourself a ton of grace there. Secondly, if you start this process and it starts to feel overwhelming, or maybe you're already overwhelmed, let me encourage you in a few ways. So first off, on that 2-year reading sheet, every single day has a psalm or a proverb attached to it. And if you do all of the reading as it tells you to do, you'll actually read through the Psalms and the Proverbs twice in 2 years. So give yourself some grace there as well. If you feel like you are under the gun, you need to catch up, you're behind, feel free to cut the Psalms, cut the Proverbs, kind of read them at a different pace. Say, hey, I'll read them in year 2, whatever. I think that's a chunk of this that you can kind of be flexible with. But additionally, if you get behind in a book, maybe you are reading in Exodus and you've been pretty good, but now it's starting to slow down and you're a few days or weeks behind. Again, give yourself grace. Maybe bow out of Exodus, pick back up when Leviticus starts up again. But there's plenty of opportunity if you happen to drag behind to just kind of catch up at your own pace, look ahead and think through things that maybe you could double down on, or again, just pick up in a new book when that book starts. So there's a few ways in which you can kind of help yourself along. And I just want to encourage you, find a couple of people whom you can discuss this with. Having people around you, not just to hold you accountable, right? Not just to say, did you do the reading this week and wag their finger at you? But the more that you hear from other people and you see how encouraged and excited they are, the more encouraged and excited you will be. And you get to bless other people with that as well. Additionally, don't feel the need to know all the answers to all the questions, but in a group setting, whether that's a small group or that's 2 or 3 other people, that's a great place to dialogue about questions that you had. I didn't understand this. What did you make of that? What did you think of this? Additionally, I'm going to be posting a Google document where you can post questions to that document. And my hope is that once a month, I'll kind of look those over, see kind of maybe what the repeat questions are, and try to answer them to the best of my ability and send that out on a kind of once a month basis. We can't answer every question, right? If you want to know a whole bunch of information about geography and people and stuff like that, those might be harder questions to get an answer to. But I would encourage you, use a study Bible. A basic study Bible can give you a lot of information on a lot of the most basic questions that you have. But if you've got bigger kind of theological questions, what's happening here? Why would God do this? Pop on that Google document, post your question on there, and I will do my best to respond to it in some capacity within a month's time. So encourage you to just try. right? Just try to get in the Bible, read the story, even if you don't understand everything perfectly. It's okay. Keep going. And I promise the major themes will make themselves available to you. Secondly, try to find a way to do this with other people, your small group, 2 or 3 people that you respect. If you feel like you have absolutely nobody to dialogue about this with, talk with me. Maybe there's a small group that you could hop into for a little bit. Maybe we could meet, or I could put you in contact with other people. I want to try to find a way to get you in contact with other people who are doing this. And then third, ask lots of questions. Ask questions which you're not going to get the answer to. Ask questions of fellow Christians who are reading through this, and ask questions of me if you really are stumped by something that is in the Word. So I want to encourage you in that way. I want to encourage you to keep going. I want to encourage you to just give yourself a ton of grace. And if you ever want more information, if you ever want to go deeper into a book of the Bible or a passage, I can recommend resources or even loan you resources so that you can do that. But friends, the last thing that I'll just say is this. Almost as important as understanding the meat of the text is just the rhythm itself. You may open your Bible some days and it might be 4 chapters, 1 chapter. You may understand everything. You may not understand a single thing. You may be distracted. But let me just encourage you that by setting aside time to enter into the presence of God, you're doing something important. Just by saying, I'm going to cut time out of my day and prioritize this, that is you humbly putting yourself before God and saying, Spirit, speak to me, work in me. And eventually, I think that this rhythm will take root and you'll find it becoming more and more natural. And just by nature of coming into God's presence, reading about God and his people, it will bring you closer to God in this season. So I would encourage you, just try, right? Just be happy to even have time set aside for this rhythm. Friends, if you have any questions about any of this, please reach out and let me know. Again, we're also going to be posting videos or referencing videos, pointing you to videos that can help you as you are reading along in the scriptures. So look out for those. We'll try to provide resources wherever we can. But again, questions, comments, concerns, let me know. And we want to do our best just as a church to walk through the Bible together. So give it a shot. May God be with you. And thank you for taking this journey with the rest of your brothers and sisters at CFC. Take care.